Hey folks, I'm Jeff Johnson. Welcome to video number 1 in our ongoing video training series, which is called Amazon Affiliate Quick Start. This first video is all about doing the market research necessary to get started out as an Amazon affiliate. And going forward, we've got 6 main core training modules for this video training series. The first one, like I said, is about the market research. The second is product research. Number 3, we're going to cover keyword research. Then we move on to showing you how to build your own optimized affiliate website. And in the 5th video, we're going to talk about getting traffic to your affiliate website. In the 6th video, we're going to show you how to turn your traffic into leads and into money, because that's what it's all about. You don't have to capture leads if you don't want to. I'm going to recommend that you do, but either way, I'm going to show you how we build our websites, how we optimize those websites, and how we turn that traffic into money. Now going forward, I have a couple assumptions that I've made when I've created these videos for you. The first assumption is that you'll be using the stuff to market products as an Amazon affiliate. It doesn't mean that's all they apply to. It just means in these case studies, while you're looking over my shoulder as I walk you through this stuff, I'm going to be using Amazon as a specific example. However, this stuff applies to any affiliate program or market that's out there. Just apply the same concepts. So I'm assuming that you're going to be able to take them and apply them, whether you're promoting an affiliate product for ClickBank, CJ.com, LinkShare, or anything else. Just take these basic concepts, and I'm assuming you'll be able to modify them slightly to put them to use in your particular network. I'm also assuming that you're just getting started with affiliate marketing, which is why I'm covering the basics in these videos for you. In other videos that I do for my clients, I go into much greater detail, I get into much more sophisticated strategies, but in this tutorial, I was asked to create them specifically for people who are new to Amazon affiliate marketing. But even if you're an experienced marketer, folks, it doesn't hurt to see how somebody else who's been very successful in Amazon does his research, me specifically. So just stick with us here. And also, you need to sign up for an Amazon Associates program account. Now, Amazon calls their affiliates associates. So when I say Amazon Associates, I'm really talking about Amazon affiliates. You need to join the program before you can become a promoter of their products. It's something else too, is if you want to sign into your account, you'll see that Amazon actually has some really cool tools for you available on their website. So if you go over and you log into your main Amazon account, you'll see this little gray bar appear at the top of the screen. And you can actually go in there and access your earning summaries. You can create new links, new banners. Everything can be done through the regular Amazon.com website, as long as you're an associate and as long as you actually log into your account. Now let's talk about the basics of video number 1. This is our Amazon research phase, and I have 2 strategies that I use. I use the Amazon bestseller strategies for picking products, and then I also use something that I call the next big thing. The Amazon's bestseller strategy is where you use existing products that are already bestsellers on Amazon for your research. The pros to this method is that they are easy to identify. They're already on Amazon. They are already bestsellers, and Amazon will tell you that they are bestsellers, so they make your job easy. It also means that there's a built-in market for the product because enough people have bought them that they've already become bestsellers. It also means that lots of people are searching for the product, because if they're bestsellers on Amazon, Amazon is only one of thousands, if not tens of thousands of websites that sell these products online. And we also know that people do most of their product researches starting with the search engines themselves. So if they're already bestsellers on Amazon, we know that there are tons of people searching for the products on the internet, and I'm going to show you how to tap into that traffic in one of the future tutorials. We also know there's a large selection of products to choose from, and that more keyword research is available for the best sellers. And the reason is quite simple. Look at iPods. iPods are on their 4th or 5th generation. Each iPod, they have 4 or 5 different models, and each one of them has gone through 4 or 5 different model changes, and each one of those had 5 or 10 different colors, and they had 5 or 10 different memory capacities. You name it. It just means if they're on the bestsellers list, chances are there's more keyword research available for us, and we'll cover that in a future tutorial as well. The cons to the Amazon bestsellers method is that there is more competition out there. More people are aware of the products. It's easier for them to find the products to promote, so there's more competition. I love competition, don't get me wrong, and I'll show you how to tap into competition to your advantage. It also means, though, that it's easier for someone to knock off your strategy. If they know that you're following the Amazon bestseller strategy and they look at your website and say, wow, these are all the top sellers that I've seen over at Amazon, well, it's going to be easier for them to knock you off. But don't let that be a deterrent. There's still a ton of money to be made. Billions are being spent in each of these categories on Amazon and on the internet in general. So competition shouldn't scare you. It's our friend, and I'll talk more about that later. Now, how to get started doing the Amazon bestsellers research? All you have to do is browse the Amazon.com website and look for the most popular items in each of the categories. Make sure that you visit dozens and dozens of different categories that you've never visited in the past. Visit new categories, look for the best sellers in those categories, and keep a list of your ideas because we're going to use that later in our research. How do you find the best sellers? Well, it's really quite simple. When you go into one of the drop-down menus or you just go into the search function of Amazon, you'll see in each main category page, there is actually a link at the very top that says best sellers. Just click that best sellers link and it'll show you the best sellers in that particular marketplace or that particular category. Also, if you're doing a search through the search function of Amazon, there's a drop-down box that allows you to sort by different things. And one of the sort by options is sort by best selling. So you can actually choose best selling from the sort box, and then it'll give you a list ranked by the best selling products in any particular category in Amazon itself. Here's a screenshot of the best selling digital SLR cameras on Amazon right now. They're the ones that are $200 and above, and it's in the category for digital SLR cameras. I simply told them, show me the best-selling digital SLR cameras that you have, and boom, they printed up a list of dozens of their top sellers. So I know that if I'm looking to sell cameras, folks, these are some of the models that I may want to focus in on later in my research for keyword research and also for building my websites and promoting these products. But we'll talk about that in another video. Now, the next big thing research is also something that looks for the newest, hottest products that are getting buzz in the media and haven't quite hit the stores yet, or at least not in a big way. We are looking for things that haven't hit the big time yet, but they're being talked about by the influencers in the marketplaces. When I say influencers, I mean places that people go for information about new products. Where do they go? Well, one of the places that they go to magazines, and they also go to blogs. We'll talk about more of that in a second here. But let's talk about the pros and cons of the next big thing strategy. The pros are there's less competition. They're harder to find. You don't know. You can't go over to Amazon and say, hey, what's the next big thing? They can't tell you that. Part of a research phase is, though, we're going to learn how to look for the next big thing. It's also harder for someone to knock off your strategy because it's hard to duplicate any one given strategy for doing the next big thing research. There's also bigger profit margins, which means you could earn higher commissions per unit of sale because a new product typically sells for a higher selling point, and companies like Amazon really want their new categories of products to do very well, so they'll give you an incentive. They'll pay you a higher commission rate just to get the ball rolling, and I'll show you how that works in just a few minutes as well. But the cons of the next big strategy are that they are harder to identify. It's harder for you or your staff to go out there and find the next big thing. And even if you find something that you think would be the next big thing, there is no guarantee that they will indeed turn out to be a top seller for you. There's also fewer people searching the internet for your product, and a big part of the strategy is we're going to build optimized websites so we get traffic from all over the internet for free or from pay-per-click. And part of the issue is there are fewer people searching for the products, so there'll be less traffic for you to step in front of. And you'll have fewer products to choose from to sell, and there'll also be less keyword research available for you. But the next big thing is a strategy that I've used successfully for about 6 or 7 years now. I'm going to show you how it works. Now, we talked about how we're finding the influencers online or offline that helps people make the decisions to buy the next big thing, to go out there and start searching for the next big thing on the internet. One of those things or avenues that people use are blogs. Some of the most popular blogs on the internet are the influencers, the thinkers that influence other people that help make their buying decision. So what you want to do is when you've narrowed down your list of potential markets through your research that you've already done, you want to head over to technorati.com. And technorati.com is a listing of all the blogs, not all the blogs, but hundreds of thousands, if not millions of blogs on the internet, and they actually rank them based on popularity. So I'm looking at the technology section right now, and I saw that here are the top 5 technology blogs according to technorati.com. Whatever the market is, plug in the market. It'll give you the list of the top blogs in that particular marketplace. These are the blogs that millions of people follow. These are the blogs that help influence the buying decisions of people in thousands of different markets. So for example, the #1 blog listed here for technology is Engadget. So I went over to Engadget.com and I checked it out. All you have to do is start at the home page, and there's a clue for you. On the home page, that's the most valuable real estate on these websites. Millions of people come to this website every single month. It's one of the most popular blogs out there. People have made a fortune selling these styles of blogs for millions and millions of dollars. They've got this stuff down to a science. So on the front page, they know that that's the most influential part of their blog. So what do? It's a premium. It's real estate that they don't easily give away for just anything that comes along. This particular blog on the front page at the very top, Prime Real Estate decided to dedicate an entire banner about MacBook Airs and the reviews about the MacBook Airs. I know from my research that MacBook Air just came out last week. It's going to be a hot seller. They are beautiful computers. They're smaller than ever. They're more powerful than ever. And they dropped the price from about $2,000 down to $1,000 because they really want to push these things going into the Christmas selling season. But if we didn't even know that from our other research, we just simply have to look at the homepage of Engadget that gets millions of visitors and say, wow, at the very top, they're talking about the MacBook Air. Write it down on your list. We'll do more research later. There's another section on the front page that's called Top Stories. These are the top stories that people are reading on the website. That's another hot product area for you to go to. So you can click along these links, follow them, take a look at it, write down some new ideas, continue your market research, even your keyword research, your product research at this point. You can start a list at this point for your product research too, as well as in Amazon. You'll also see there's something that's called the most recent reviews on the front page. Well, think about it, folks. If I like Engadget, if I follow Engadget, if I trust Engadget, if I subscribe to their RSS feeds and I visit them every day, which the average user does for Engadget, then I obviously have faith in their opinion. Their opinion counts. They are influencers. So when they write a review about a product, whether it's a MacBook Air or it's a cellular phone, it's going to influence my buying decision when I'm ready to buy down the road. I know personally that there's several magazines in the PC magazine business that I go to. When I read Laptop Magazine, PC Magazine, or Max and PC, when they do a review for a product and I'm shopping for a new computer or a new computer component, they definitely influence my buying decision. The same concept applies to blogs. They influence buying decisions. So this is where you want to start to do your next big thing research. And you're looking for the next big things. These things haven't necessarily hit the market yet. They may have hit the market last week. They may not be coming out for another month or two. And that's the name of our research. The next big thing. We're looking for hot products. So start writing these things down. Now the next part of the equation for the next big thing is popular magazines influence buying decision. The majority of searches for products that are bought locally still start their searches for information online. We also know that when people get a magazine at home, think about it yourself. When a magazine comes from home, you like it, whether it's a recipe magazine or a house magazine or a computer electronic magazine. When you see something that you like in that magazine, what do? You typically go online to continue your research, and we're going to show you how to step in front of that traffic later in some of the future tutorials. But as part of our research phase, we need to find magazines that are in that particular marketplaces that we've narrowed down. So we go over to Google, we do searches for most popular magazines. Most popular magazines say top magazines for your marketplace. So top magazines for electronics, top magazines for cooking, top magazines for sewing, top magazines for knitting, most popular magazines for knitting, whatever it is, do the searches on Google and you'll find a ton of information about magazines that cover those particular marketplaces. I have a friend that does very well selling to the airline industries or specifically the pilot industries, and there's a lot of magazines that he buys ad space in himself because he knows that influences the person's decision to buy when they're reading it in a magazine. You can head over to Amazon.com. They actually have an Amazon.com magazine section, and you can look for the bestsellers in those particular marketplaces to get ideas for finding the next big thing. Here's a Google search result. I just went over Google, top 10 top magazines. I got a list of the largest U.S. magazines by circulations, the top 10 magazines online, the top 25 magazines on Twitter. So think about that. The top 25 magazines on Twitter. Twitter has millions and tens of millions of followers every single month, and these are the top 25 magazines that people on Twitter follow. So if you're trying to market through Twitter, which you should, and I don't know if we'll talk about that in this tutorial, but even Amazon has set it up so you can go over to Amazon. When you find a hot product, you can click a link in that gray toolbar I showed you earlier, and it'll generate a link to allow you to recommend that particular product on Twitter. That's how powerful Twitter marketing is, and you have now found out the top 25 magazines on Twitter. I think you get the idea. Just do the search, play around, spend a few minutes, and you'll be amazed at what you find. Now, once you find a market, though, we've got to pick a profitable market. We just don't care about a market. I got stuck into something years ago. When I first started out 7 years ago, I got not sucked into, but I started a business and I went into it, and there's a lot of searches online. But it turns out nobody was spending money for that particular product. So I got involved. I got the product itself, was ready to go, built a series of websites to promote it, ton of traffic, couldn't make any money because it turns out nobody spent any money in that market. That's when I first got started online. So it was a very valuable lesson to me. Doesn't matter if there's traffic, you have to have buyers. So here's how you pick a profitable market.